The views and opinions expressed by the speaker, host, commentator, or other third party in Ariva webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass are those of the speaker, host, commentator, or third party and do not necessarily reflect and represent the views and opinions of Ariva. Furthermore, Ariva does not warrant, express, or imply the merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose of any product information, service, or process presented by the speaker, host, commentator, or third party, and Ariva specifically disclaims any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any product information, service, or process presented. Finally, material or information presentation, opinion, process, or service by, on any trade name, trademark, manufacturer, or otherwise during Ariva webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass do not constitute or imply Ariva's endorsement or recommendation of such opinion, process, service, item, or organization.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Ariva Academy's free live webinar this afternoon. And we have a really interesting topic, from etiquette to excellence, professionalism essentials for the modern workplace. I would like to welcome all of our participants who are joining us via Zoom and also joining us via our live streams in YouTube, in LinkedIn, and also in Facebook. Now, I know you are all eager to get started, but before that, I have a few reminders just to make sure that our program will be running smoothly. First, Ariva is committed to protecting your privacy, hence stricter security of this webinar has been implemented. So for better viewing of your Zoom experience, we encourage you to please update your Zoom application by visiting their website. And if ever you're using your mobile gadgets to view this webinar, you can go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store so you can download and install the Zoom app. Now I want to know, do we have participants who's joining us for the first time? Let us know in the chat box. You can type hi in the chat box. Also, you can let us know where you are located right now. Are you just here in Metro Manila or somewhere in the province? I was informed that we have participants who are viewing us from out of town, all the way from Laguna, also coming from Pampanga, from Bataan, from Batangas, from Quezon Province, from Zambales, from Masbate, from La Union. We have from Isabela, Ilocos Sur. We also have from Nueva Ecija, from Nueva Vizcaya, coming from Aklan, from Albay, from Eastern Samar, from Iloilo, from Leyte, from Cebu, even from Siquijor, wow, from Ormoc, Cagayan de Oro, from Misamis Occidental, from Agusan del Norte, from Davao, from Zamboanga City and Zamboanga del Norte. And I was also informed that aside from our participants coming from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, we also have participants who are in Canada right now. So good afternoon, everyone. And we are looking forward to having a beautiful discussion this afternoon. Now, this one's important. Let us do an audio check. I want to make sure that once the speaker is on screen, you will be hearing the discussion loud and clear. Type 111 in the chat box if you can hear me clearly. Type 222 if you can't hear anything. Or type 2121 if you can hear me, but it's choppy or it's breaking up. And also question mark if you don't understand what's happening. Let me check the chat box. I am seeing a lot of 111s in the chat box. Thank you so much for that. Later, we'll have a 5-minute break and I will be announcing that. Something exciting is also happening during that break time. So as early as now, I will ask everyone to get their gadgets and scan this QR code. I'll show you the bigger QR code. There you go. Scan the QR code because the activity that we'll be having during our break time will involve this Viber community. You have to be a part of the Viber community to be able to join the exciting activity. We will be giving away prizes during this afternoon's break. Okay, so scan the QR code right now. There you go. I hope you are doing that and looking forward to seeing you in Viber. Now, participants' microphone will be temporarily disabled by the administrator during the discussion just to avoid interruptions. But if ever you have a question, instead of clicking the raise hand button, we will ask everyone to type your questions in the chat box instead. We'll be reading them later during the Q&A portion. An e-certificate of attendance will be awarded to participants who will successfully complete the entire masterclass, and they will be available 3 to 5 working days after this learning session. Just make sure that you send us the correct email address. So that is where we will be sending you your e-certificates, and make sure you also fill out the feedback form before we end our session. There you have it. I'm now ready to introduce our speaker. Our speaker this afternoon is a certified image professional from the world's leading and largest professional association of personal and corporate image consultants, AICI. As a soft skills specialist, she is also the first in the Philippines to become licensed master trainer from 2015 and a founder of Enhance Your Image Training Consultancy established in 2011. So ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Miss Carol Tan.
Thank you so much, and cheers, Ariva Academy. It's a winning Wednesday, everyone. Do you mind? Yes, we are happy to see all of you from various locations all over here in Metro Manila, from the provinces, and even overseas friends. Do you mind chatting once again, okay? What companies are you representing today? Do you mind keying that in? So shout out to all the industries being represented today. And while you are doing that, okay, we have here, Second Skin Industries, what I can see, NFA, okay, keep them coming in, friends. Eternal Gardens, okay, so other industries, NDMS Builders. Do you know, friends, according to job ad volumes, okay, at this time of the year, do you know that there are at least 10, okay, top 10, okay, industries that are very much in demand these days, okay? May I point out, those has to do with, okay, the following, first being call centers, okay, IT or BPOs. Then we also have public service. We have education. Do we have any education sector represented here today? Apart from that, of course, computer IT. Then we have retail and trade. Manufacturing industries, okay? We have here Bernardino General Hospital. Okay, so we have the healthcare industries also being represented. Banking and finance, of course. We have communication, or rather construction and building. And needless to say, property and real estate is also here to stay. So cheers everyone, pawn shop. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. So anyone else? So be happy and be proud for where you are right now, embracing your job posts and being happy as a representative of your industries. Okay, wonderful. Salamat po, okay, sa lahat. Thank you so much. So moving forth, allow me to share our screen, friends. So today's session, okay, today's session takes us from etiquette to excellence, right? Professionalism essentials for the modern workplace. Friends, if you look at the screen right now, you will see the following question. It's an interrogative question, right? What's your story, friends? Okay, what does it mean? What's your story, friends? I'm looking at my other screen. Keep your answers coming. What's the answer to this question? What have you been doing prior to your current job post? Okay, so friends, keep them coming. What have you been doing prior to your present job post? We have 30 seconds to do that. Keep the answers coming, friends. Writer, okay? Reynalyn says she's a writer. Erlinson doing events. Marian, radio personality, wonderful. We have somebody who's also an auditor. Berta Lasal from Mary Jason. Okay, administrative from Aini, wonderful. Traffic consultant, Regine, last few seconds to go. Timekeeper, Aaron. Okay, who else? Operations at Kalayaan ko, Cheryl Ann. Wonderful. A student is Camila. Wonderful, friends. We all have our own unique stories to share. So, friends, this is from me. Again, this is something very personal. I'm a very simple and candid person. So if I were to describe myself today, hi, Ariva Academy attendees. Today I stand before you. I am Candid Carolina. So friends, as what you can see from the years 1995 to 2011, this is me and what I have been doing representing, okay, John Robert Powers, International Manila. So from students, teens, okay, adults to corporate programs, this was then. Followed by, I also had my own share of working as a TV co-host and also gracing some covers of magazines. As what you can see here on screen, those were the days indeed, as well as being a product endorser and being an image model as well. So, you know, we all come from somewhere. And moving forth, okay, to the more recent times, in 2018, yours truly was blessed to receive the certification of being CIP, or what we call Certified Image Professional. So this is from the world's largest and leading organization of personal and corporate image consultants, AICI, followed by being the licensed IITTI Master Instructor from, this is a certification from Vancouver in Canada, courtesy of the International Soft Skills Standards and Testing. And you know, would you believe since 2016 to present, we have been helping a lot of Filipinos and various industries throughout. And likewise, this was a glimpse from 2019, just before the pandemic, when yours truly was an attendee as a speaker and a member of a press at the same time during our AICI 2019 Global Conference. So with that being said, friends, how many of you, okay, would like to showcase the right behavior at your place of employment that convey competence and trustworthiness? Do you mind giving us a thumbs up? Okay, so at least with those emojis, raise your hands or give us a thumbs up if you like to be the one to showcase this. Followed by compelling question number 2 for today. How many of you would like to level up in the way you carry yourself, establish a harmonious relationship, and most especially, leave a lasting reputation, not only within our organization, but across the entire industry as well. So friends, okay, do we have a thumbs up here? Thank you, Rowena, Diana, Maria Rosario, and many others, Michael, Stephanie, okay, and many others, Jessamine, Marian, okay, wonderful to actually see all of this, like, you know, thumbs up, right? So Rona as well. Okay, wonderful, friends. So that means we are in the right track and we are in the right mode of program, friends. This is our learning outcome number 1. We are pleased to present to you Ariva Academy loves all of you, friends, because this has been given as a free public webinar and the access is given to all of you for free. So today, friends, let's maximize what is our LO number 1. We want to be able to gain a clear understanding of what professionalism entails, including what are key behaviors and attitudes that define a polished professional in the modern workplace. So if that is our LO number 1, how do we proceed? Friends, look at our screen right now. What do you see? Read the questions to yourselves, okay? So right from where you are, growing up, who is the most influential person in my life? So if you are to read the question back to yourself, friends, so that's how it will sound. So looking at all of these, friends, answer, okay? I see grandparents, mother, okay? Parents and teachers from Patricia. Any other answers? Camila, parents, husband. Okay, any other answers? Grandma, okay? So Jessamine. Julia, parents. Any other answers, friends? My parents, my wife, from Daryl, okay? From Flair, okay, parent. Okay, Rowena, mother. Any other answers, friends? Any other answers? Okay, from Janea Juan, my brother. Okay, from Mama, from Rosalia. Wonderful, friends. From Briner, we have teacher. And these are definitely people who played a crucial and important roles in our lives. I believe we all agree. Vlogger, okay, Rochelle from J-Man, right? Family. I believe, friends, looking at the screen here and sifting through the many answers, we can all agree that the majority of us chose people who are closest to our hearts. Tama po ba, friends? So if we are to actually give a heart emoji right now, these are the people closest to us. Okay? And likewise, from my end, friends, this is actually, this was taken from an actual post from Batang Puerto Princesa. So that alone already gives you a clue. I'm a true blue Palaweña, hailing from the province of Palawan, friends. And this is a page that we got when my dear loved one passed away like 2 years ago, right? So as what you can see here, you already have a clue what they are talking about. May I actually read one of those here? It says, one of the first doctors to work on our old city satellite clinic when nobody wants due to dusty roads, no official service vehicle, lack of medical facilities and medicines. And yet he was there at San Rafael Satellite every week, truly a doctor of the masses. Friends, I am proud to be my father's daughter, okay? So that's a tribute and cheers to my late dad, Dr. Carlos Estan. So if that's my story, you had, okay, your own personal stories to share, and we appreciate you, everyone, from the bottom of our hearts for sharing all of this, because indeed it is something very, very personal. Friends, okay, what do we see here on screen? Professional is not a label we give ourselves. Rather, it is a description that we hope others will apply to us. So friends, what is your definition of a professional? Do you mind keying in the chat? What words come to your mind when you hear of the word professional? Okay, so we welcome answers, everyone, and we are happy to be looking at your replies. So please key them in. Decent, okay, from Lovelyn, okay? So what is your definition of a professional? From Bricks, the word there is job. All right, so what else? Role model, okay, from Jenny. Any other answers, friends? Any other answers? So we're looking at what you are keying in here. So again, this is not a label that we give ourselves. Okay, so when we talk of the word professional, friends, are we consistently achieving high standards? Because come to think of it, both in the work we do and also how we behave. Because really, being a professional is more than that, friends. Right? And not only that, what are examples of being a professional? Okay, Michael here wrote confident. Yes, indeed, true. Jennifer, motivated, definitely. What are examples? Okay, how do we showcase being a professional? Friends, self-check. Are we being on time? Okay, with our appointments, with our meetings, okay? Simple tasks. Do we have an adaptable attitude, friends? That's another example. By the way, I'm giving you examples. Reliable, thank you. Thank you, Nulresa. Reliable, yes. From Gemar, being skilled. Appropriate in behavior, wonderful. Salamat po. From Daryl, respectful. Okay. Being trustworthy, friends. Number 3, are we? Okay. Can people actually trust us? And apart from that, we may not be doing apparel and image right now, but friends, hey, are we dressed for the part? Meaning, are we showing strong work ethics? Maraming salamat po, okay? For those of you who keyed in answers. From Arvin here, good attitude. Wonderful. Friends, learning outcome number 2. We want to be able to enhance. What do we enhance, friends? Verbal, nonverbal, and written communication skills. Because here we want to ensure a clear, respectful, and effective interactions with our colleagues, clients, and even stakeholders. Friends, I'm sure you love very much what Ariva Academy has been doing through the years. And I'm also certain that you have watched, okay, the previous webinars that have been recorded and uploaded online. You have heard of the 3V rule once, twice, too many times, okay? Remember the 3V rule from Professor Albert Mehrabian, okay? So the verbal, vocal, and the visual. So friends, moving forth, we are getting closer, okay, to our main course, okay? If it's a dining meal, it's actually a main course. Friends, etiquette, right? So we see the word etiquette here. Do you know? Okay, this is a simple trivia and fact for all of us. Do you know that the word etiquette, this comes from the French. Originally, the word etiquette meant a soldier's billet for lodging. Then came the words identification label or ticket. Hence, we have the word etiquette. Okay, friends, this has to do with the rules indicating the proper and the polite way to behave, followed by, of course, conduct or procedure required by good breeding or prescribed by authority to be observed in social or official life. You know, let's not complicate what etiquette is all about. Many times, the simplest way for us to be reminded of the word etiquette is to think of this particular word, and that one word starts with the letter C, and that letter C is the word consideration. So friends, okay, do you agree that etiquette has a lot to do with consideration, you know, how we can make things lighter, easier, you know, like more efficient, not only for us, but for the people whom we are working with or the people around us. So friends, with that being said, moving forth here, what do you now see on screen? Friends? Does this have to do with what we call the modern workplace, friends? So how do we define what the modern workplace is all about, friends? Thank you so much, Ira. If we are to ask you to describe what are examples of adjectives that you would like to use today? So today being the 4th of December, to describe your current workplace, friends. So the key word here is adjective, okay? How would you describe the modern workplace where you are at today? Because remember earlier, so many various industries came up. Collaborative from Jessamine, from Adriana, okay, Ariadna rather, okay, so there, from Sharon, digitalize, okay, collaborative from Princess. Any other answers from Sheila? Work from home. Okay, thank you. So you have a hybrid setup, so which is more flexible. Okay, so Daryl, flexible, wonderful. Okay, from Marianne, proactive. Any other answers, friends? Any other answers? We welcome what you have in mind. From Maria Cecile, okay, we have efficient, diverse from Mary Grace. Okay. Swamped. Okay, from 𝐼�RLINSON. In a good way? I hope it's a good way. All right, from Lordina, flexible. Again, friends, modern workplace. How are you going to define it, okay? Would you say that it's not just work from home, it's literally work from anywhere? You could be overseas. A few weeks ago, I was overseas in Canada, and if work entails, I'm able to do webinars, yes. Because all it takes is a Wi-Fi access, your computer, and then you're off to go. As long as you have the right mindset, so what? If it's an opposite time zone, many things can actually work if we put our heart and mind into it. From Maybell, accessible. Thank you, ma'am. We acknowledge you. Mark Rafael, innovative. Wow. These are all excellent adjectives that describe and define the modern workplace. Any other answers online? Okay, from Jenny here, online. Any other answers, friends? Jeffrey, the word we see is challenging. Indeed. Okay, nothing is easy. I suppose nothing is easy for anyone. The moment we start anything, whether tracing back from our schooling days, wala pong madali, right? So the moment we start, we are actually in that particular mindset of absorbing, adapting, and once we reach a point in time where we can have mastery, okay, with our skill sets, it becomes much, much easier. From Flair, systematic, okay? I missed out on the other two words, but cheers, we saw 3 words there. Any other answers, friends? Any other answers? From Bricks, flexible. Okay, wonderful. From Myra, digital, definitely, right? So it's here to stay today, tomorrow, and for the long haul, for sure. Again, the word collaborative, okay? We see that. Okay, there are some words that I believe a number of you share. Okay, so the words collaborative, challenging. Okay, Myra, interesting. We see the word sustainable. Yes, any other words that you can think of? An adjective? Thank you, everyone. We salute you. This is, do you know that this is something we greatly appreciate? And that is the practical advantage of an actual banter to be able to reply right away during live webinars versus pre-recorded ones. So we appreciate all of you who took the time, the initiative to sign up beforehand and to join us and to gift us with your valuable time today. Thank you so much. Okay, any other answers coming in? Okay, so moving forth. Okay, friends, another question. You know, I'm a fan of the light bulb, friends. Not because I'm Thomas Edison, but because when we see a light bulb, for me personally, it's like saying, aha, that is the aha moment. So friends, looking at our screen right now, we love to hear from you. There are no 2 groups that are exactly alike. So we could be doing this again, and it would be a different group of participants, and we would all be receiving a different set of inputs and answers. Friends, what is it about your present work that you love the most? Okay, so I know there could be many things. It could be your lunchtime with your colleagues, right? It could be accessibility, ease of communication with your boss. I do not know what it is, friends, but what is it about your present work that you love the most? Work-life balance, as well as the compensation from Patricia. Thank you. Challenging yet fun from Maria Rosario. From John Emanuel, walang marites. Okay, wonderful. Maria Cecil, when processing benefits and claims. Okay, don't we all love that? From Bricks, competitive compensation. Shouldn't we all be doing that? Yes. Si Ate Che, okay, very specific, huh? For a person, that is. My seatmate from Princess, from Julie, good and happy environment. Don't we all love this, friends? You know, the feeling of being inspired, and really look forward to coming in each day. From Marian here, okay, food being shared and proximity to our house. Wonderful, okay? Those are what we call the bonus perks and positive advantages, don't you think? From Lorvi here, friendly work environment. Wonderful, okay? Satisfaction that I could meet or exceed expectations of my bosses. Wow, we appreciate your answers. Welfare for workers, funny workmates, keep them coming in, brainstorming. Any other answers, friends? Orderliness, okay, co-HR, supervisor, cool boss, okay, non-stop challenge. Wow. So I'm actually giving thumbs up here, one after the other. Non-toxic environment, positive and harmonious working environment. Workplace empathy. Wow. Do you know that to have empathy is to actually have a high degree of EI, or what we call emotional intelligence? Teamwork from Gemar. Okay. Purposeful work. Myra Abante. Yes, we love that. Si Ryan, Gail, Paige, at iba pa. Ano yan? Okay, Bricks, company benefits. A workplace where I feel respected and appreciated. Don't we all love this, friends? Generous boss. So whether you have already received your 13th month pay, friends, we are at the season of the holidays, one of the longest holidays throughout the world, right? So cheers to Filipinos, and we love our country at that family spirit. Okay, wonderful. Friends, the mere fact that we keyed in, right, one after the other, all of these answers, it only goes to show that we indeed value, okay, our present work. So friends, today, if we are ready to move forth and absorb a lot more, may I actually suggest that we do two things. Do you mind doing this to your hands, friends? I don't know if we can see all of you on audio here, but we trust that you are actively participating. Friends, what does it mean when we actually give an open palm or an open hand, okay, gesture like this? That means we are ready to receive, okay, information, and at the same time, willing to keep an open mind and a learner's heart to do that. And friends, from this, okay, from this hand, let us not forget the more important one. From this, we bring it close to this, which is a symbol of prayer hands, that in everything we do, okay, we do it for God's glory, friends, because it's not our own efforts alone. Truly, there is a God who's actually in control. So friends, if those two gestures, this and this, we can adapt today, that means we've already achieved so much in so little a time. Are we ready to move forth, friends? All right. So moving forth, what are examples, friends? Okay. What are examples? So if earlier on, we mentioned specific industries, right? So we have a lot of industries, by the way. If you check it online, come on, we have automotive from A to Z. Okay. Many industries. But here, in terms of examples, do you know there are many types of etiquette? It's not just this, there's more, okay? But for the time that we have today, what we see here are words such as eating, okay? Travel, what do we do with that? The word business, okay? We have social, meeting, and telephone. And friends, of course, if you find that today's session is effective and beneficial to you, there's no harm in actually sharing this to the rest of your team thereafter, okay? This is something that you can view and review thereafter. So friends, if these are reminiscent of our Christmas decor, right? More or less like the holiday trinkets. So friends, okay, what do we see here on screen? What is this? Okay, can you make a guess what this is, friends? What type of etiquette is this? Do you mind typing that in? Thank you. Indeed, etiquette can be applied in many areas of life. Okay, so very good. Okay, Mark, eating, or what we call dining etiquette. Do you know, friends? Okay, dining etiquette can actually be what we call unique for business situations. What does it mean, friends? Okay, what am I holding here? Yeah, maybe you don't see it because of our virtual background, but friends, we all have our gadgets, okay? We cannot seem to live without a gadget of sort nowadays. But do you know, when we want to make an impact and a positive statement, when it's dining etiquette, okay? When dining etiquette rather is at stake, what do? Let us be reminded, friends, turn off the cell phone, or at the very least, like mute it, right? Keep it out of sight, because anything that does not belong to on the dining table and the place setting should be off the table, friends. So it's a good time to actually engage in positive conversations, but not a good time to be texting and also checking social media. So again, friends, this is a very simple gesture, reminder for all of us, but it actually goes a long way. Can you imagine if you are blessed to dine with your boss, with your teammates, add to that a couple more VIPs, or more so if you are with VIPs and clients, friends. Okay, so very important. Consideration, remember, from what we mentioned from etiquette earlier. Do you know, friends, another practical example here that we can glean from dining etiquette is that let us not show up starving. What does that mean, friends? When you know that you're attending a dinner or a luncheon or even like a meet-up for an afternoon tea or coffee, it won't help to actually eat a snack beforehand, before we go, so that we can focus on the meeting and not on our tummies, right? Because a growling tummy is never a professional sound to actually hear, friends. And not only that, okay, we need to also be able to discern and identify differences between what's business, what's social, informal, and formal dining. So again, that's just, those are just some crucial tips that we may perhaps have heard before or are not familiar with, that we are actually airing today, okay, for this particular session. Once again, friends, I know you may have questions in mind. Questions are always welcome. Ariva Academy loves you. So Kate, later on during our break time, will be more than happy to read those questions. So if you can actually key that in, we will address them in a while. Okay, so apart from that, what is this next one, friends? Can you guess what type of etiquette this is? Key the answers. I'm looking at the other screen. Any answers, friends? Wonderful. Great job, Marianne. Travel etiquette. Okay, what is travel etiquette? Okay, whether you go on a cruise, whether it's an air travel, whether it's a land travel, friends, we have, you and I, okay, we need to be able to identify what are major aspects for travel. I'm not referring to just domestic travel, friends, since we have a global audience. So it's not just good afternoon to all of you. It could be good evening and good morning to other parts of the world. Friends, do you know that it helps you and I to be able to identify international travel before we actually depart? Okay, so whether it's from an airport, whether we need to take a local transport, whether is there a local ride, a share or counterpart, okay? Will you be actually taking a cruise? Is it actually a connecting flight of sort? We have to be aware of internationally accepted manners, such as at airports and in airplanes. Friends, let me give you examples, because I know some of you are familiar with this, but some of you may actually be horrified by what we see, or by the rude manners that is evident, okay, with some people or certain cultures. Friends, before we travel, okay, I'm looking at the other screen. Can you give one practical tip of what you do personally before you actually leave for a travel? Let's say if you're going on a long haul trip, before you even depart your place to the airport, what is it that you do, friends? What are you reminding yourself to do? Okay, research from Janet, okay. But yes, that's a given, Janet. But assuming everything has been set, tickets, okay, everything booked, like whether you need to check in online, yes. From Loris, wonderful. Hygiene is it, friends. Okay, example of that would be remember to shower. Take a long shower, friends. Imagine if you're going on a connecting flight, long haul trip, if we're talking of 18, 20 hours or so, very important, friends, because not everyone will be blessed to actually take the A380, okay, or have that exclusive like shower at first class cabin. So very important. Apart from taking a long shower, reminder, okay, to brush our teeth and to also bring that hygiene kit with us. And do you know, friends, that we should also refrain from wearing such strong perfume? Because if people can smell us before they even see us, come on, it might be a bit too strong. Again, it all boils down to the word, letter C, consideration, right? Because we may love this particular scent so much, we could even have stocked up bottles. But then again, not everyone will appreciate that type of scent. So no to strong perfume. What about when it comes to the waiting area, friends? Let's see for a moment. From Pierre here says, maiiyak ka sa sobrang lakas ng perfume. Absolutely. What about if we are in the waiting area, friends? Let us be reminded, pakatandaan, as what we say it in Filipino, right? We only use one seat. Do not include your bag, okay? Only you as an individual, because we need to be able to give up the seat at the lounge, at the airport, for other people and even the elderly and PWDs. So let us be reminded of that. Friends, when it comes to cabin storage, save space for the other passengers' belongings, because it's not just us who actually have carry-on baggages, okay? So they too have that. When it comes to the plane seat, friends, kawawa naman ang nasa middle seat. What does that mean, friends? Come on. If you happen to be in the aisle seat, like what I am at for most of my travels, for easier mobility, exit, and so, friends, the one in the middle seat deserves to have both armrests. Does it make sense? Especially long haul, right? You cannot expect a person to be seated uptight, just like that. So really, we can actually be helpful and considerate and give that to the person. Friends, when it comes to luggage, okay, example, when we are already at the luggage carousel, we've arrived at the destination. Remember to stand back, all right, and give space for others. Because for all you know, our particular luggage will be coming out after 5-10 minutes or so. So we don't hug the space. Does that make sense, friends? Any practical tips that you can think of from your various travels, friends? If you do have that, we would love to hear them from you. Do not bring smelly food. Wonderful. From Rowena, use your indoor voice. Leave your titles outside. Okay. Yes, very, very practical and beneficial for everyone. Right? So keep those tips coming in, friends. It's not just you who are learning, but all of us are learning from one another. Just like iron sharpens iron, okay? Which is a verse from the Bible. Clean as you go, clay go, definitely, from Mary Grace. Yes. So think, okay, from your own experiences, because many times when people ask us, what can we share? What insights can we give? Then, friends, what do? We draw from the inside. So this is now when the hand goes like this. Okay, we draw from our inside experiences and to be able to share. So if we are ready to move forth, okay, make a guess. What is the next type of etiquette that we see, friends? What type of etiquette is this? Observe the boarding announcement, okay? I am reading from earlier, okay? Business etiquette, yes, okay? We do business etiquette. We practice, rather, business etiquette in our day-to-day. We love to network, right? To get to know more people, build long-term relationship, friends, and be able to uncover future opportunities. Again, for those of you who are familiar with networking, we do this from an attitude of giving rather than getting. Okay, so what you see here on screen are at least 4 photos, right? So whether it's a greeting gesture, whether it has to do with handshaking, whether it has to do with business card, whether it has to do with meeting etiquette. Friends, some tips, okay, offhand that we can share today. Knowing how to form and maintain, okay, from Janan, okay, social, business, thank you. From, okay, knowing how to form and maintain business relationships can provide job security. And not only that, many times, friends, we can be reminded in a business setting to limit what we call personal conversations. One of you earlier said, walang marites sa office, right? So, meaning on a need-to-know basis, friends. So it's not as if we're actually divulging our entire life history. So, friends, we can also be reminded under business etiquette, right, to be a good team player. What does that mean? Offer assistance to coworkers, especially when needed, right? Because for all you know, the helping hand that we extend today will actually return so much more, okay, in ways we can never imagine. But of course, we help not expecting anything in return, friends, right? So in Filipino, we have that word, pagkukusang loob, right? When we do something without being asked. Friends, another thing here on the business etiquette front, when it comes to let us be careful, okay? So, no grandstanding, Jesselyn, okay, thank you. Rogelio, Curtius, yes. Any others, okay? Friends, do you know that when we refer to colleagues, let's say in a manner, using words such as, yes, dear, honey, or sweetie, this is actually considered sexual harassment, friends. So let us refrain, okay? Do not, okay? Do not be, do not give in to actually such, right? So even if you are the malambing type of person, so refrain. Because in a business setting, we all ought to be professionals. Friends, have you thought about this for a while, for a moment? Kindness from Karin. Karin said kindness. Jennifer, no gossiping. Yes, goes a long way, right? So keeping matters to where it belongs. Friends, what about dating in the office? Do you know that typically for most companies, if not all, this is not ideal. So therefore, unwelcome sexual advances, okay? And also like personal relationships, okay, involving like colleagues, this is actually not appropriate and ideal. And do you know that many things are actually illegal, not only here in the Philippines, but also in North America and in many other parts of the world, right? And friends, yes, we are here today at a day and age. Do we see any other replies online here in the chat? Keep them coming in. Do you know that we are also here at a day and time of DEI? So what is DEI, friends? You've heard of this? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. What is this? This is like an umbrella, okay? It's like an umbrella term. That means what? Umbrella term that involves programs, policies, strategies, and practices, right? That a company implements in relation to its mission and to be able to sustain a diverse, equitable, and inclusive environment for all. So in other words, under DEI, we respect and accommodate employees, ethnicity, as well as sexual orientation. I'm pretty sure policies, okay? 2024 is ending. We're being ushered to the new year. So much more, okay, can be expected up ahead. But many HRs and company policies are being updated to present day. All right. So any other comments there? None so far. So friends, what is the next type of etiquette here? One of you earlier answered that in the chat box. Do you mind keying that in? What type of etiquette is seen on the screen? Maraming salamat po. Yes, you are correct. That is social etiquette, right? What is social etiquette, friends? In simple phrase, this is actually what we call good manners for everyday application. Sa pang-araw-araw, right? So that means, examples, friends, when we make a request, we use the word please. When someone gave us courtesy, we can always say, thank you. It is never outdated to say these basic words and phrases, friends. When we may have had or would have inconvenienced someone, what do we say? Excuse me. Yes, one of you wrote down, thank you po. Okay, with the po in our language. But if it's a global audience, people may not know what po is all about. So thank you would actually suffice. Yes. So, friends, do you know that chivalry still exists in modern times? What is an example? When you know that you have a companion with you, whether a colleague, a friend, okay, or anyone, it will not help or it will actually help big time if you actually hold the door open for another person to get through. Because the last thing you want is for that person to actually experience a slamming door, which is never cool, right? A man is expected to hold the door open for a woman companion. There's walang personalan to, okay? But we are just doing this out of, once again, courtesy, because this is good manners for everyday situations. Friends, what about when it comes to elevator etiquette? I know all of us can relate here because most often than not, we work in companies that are actually located in high-rise structures. If it's just one floor, friends, one floor up, one floor down, come on, let's take the stairs. That's actually great exercise and good for the muscles as well, friends. Another thing with elevator etiquette, friends, okay? By the way, if you want to comment, feel free to comment here. Yes, from 𝐼𝐫𝐸, mauna po ang PWD or patients. Yes, indeed. Okay, asking them which floor they want to go from Marian. Yes, thank you so much for that. And apart from that, when it comes to elevator etiquette, friends, let us avoid, okay, the tendency to repress floor buttons that are already pressed. You see that, right? Obviously, it's already lit, and yet somebody would still press on the button, as if pressing that button will actually speed up the elevator. It won't. Okay, so friends, where do you stand when it comes to where you need to position yourself in the elevator? If you know that you are going to be going through a lot more floors, way higher, stand as close as possible to the back wall, friends. Does it make sense? Because again, consider your destination floor. That's what it means, right? Stand near the back if we're going to a high floor. Friends, okay? Give space to others. From Abel, from Rogelio, no, inside the back when you're at the highest, yes. If you are, go farther back. Yes, indeed, everyone. I'm glad that we are in sync, okay? So I give you a heart for that we are in sync and in line, okay, with what we are discussing here. Wonderful. Friends, maiba ko, okay? Going to, what about when it comes to the talking part? Again, elevator scenario. Avoid conversations, right? When we are in the elevator. When we need to continue a conversation that was started, we can do that when we are already outside the elevator. Of course, there are certain things that we should avoid, and that includes lewd jokes and topics that could be offensive to other ears, remember? So if we need to talk, one of you mentioned that earlier, soft voice, right? So be considerate. Avoid loud conversations. Yes, Ronaville, thank you. If others board the elevator while conversing, friends, you and I, let us not treat it as if it's an invitation to join in the conversation. We have no right to butt in, right? Do not cut in unless we are asked or invited to. Friends, another thing apart from talking, okay, Bernardo said be quiet. Thank you. Singing. Right? I know as Filipinos, we love music. We love to sing, dance. We love performing arts, right? But we can avoid singing, humming, or even whistling while inside the elevator, friends. If we are wearing headphones, okay, make sure they are turned down. Because otherwise, if the level is high, people can actually hear us. So, again, friends, consideration is key. Friends, what about if we happen to be at the bus, at the subway or escalator? Again, these are additional, social etiquette tips, friends. Avoid using cell phones when in public locations, okay, given. So it's not just at the dining table, but also in public locations. Escalator, stand still, face forward. No walking or running, okay? Stand on the right, walk on the left, okay? So again, let us be conscious of that. So balance and safety should always be a top consideration for all of us. When we are inside the bus, friends, when we are commuting, when we're taking streetcars, okay? So bus drivers may ask us to move if necessary. Keep electronic devices and conversations personal, of course. Audio of any kind must be listened through using earbuds, all right? Keep the volume to a minimum level, friends. Using appropriate language, as always, is a must. Profanity is never cool, friends. All right. So, and another reminder, perhaps here in the Philippines, we have MRTs, right? MRTs, LRTs. Overseas, like when it's a subway station, one thing very important as a reminder, friends, for subways, no eye contact, okay? On people. Absolutely no blocking of doors and no hugging of seats. So if we can be reminded of all of those, we are definitely in great hands. Any other tips, friends? Sorry, I missed out on some comments here. So, yes. From Ronaville, maintain personal space. Absolutely. Thank you, Rona. Okay, Ronaville, thank you. From Felverson, cover your face when you're sneezing, yes. And as always, okay, if we need to mask up, okay, especially in public places, do that. Okay, so normalize saying thank you. Yes. Avoid talking inside the train from Jeremiah. Yes, we appreciate your comments, everyone. Cheers, cheers, cheers. All comments, okay, and inputs are definitely welcome. From Jeneline, maintain proper manners. Absolutely. Okay, friends, we are ready to move forth, okay? Before we go on a short break, friends, what type of etiquette do we see here on this slide? Which I'm sure all of us are appreciating at the workplace, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's in person, whether it's remote, whether it's hybrid. Friends, what type of etiquette is this? Yes. Salamat po. All right, from Dawn, meeting etiquette. All right, so friends, what can we be reminded of when it comes to meeting etiquette? Show up to work on time, leave when we are supposed to, okay? Time check. Treat everyone with respect, be open to ideas, and freedom of expression. Being on time, that's actually expected from all of us. Follow company, dress code policies, friends, right? Set a time to chat with colleagues rather than interrupting them without warning. Because especially if it's a work day, it's a paid hour. Okay, it's paid hours, work day, working day for all of us. So let us be reminded to give what we are supposed to, what is expected of us from the company. So here, when we are chairing a meeting, it's very important to also end on time. Okay, so only bring in materials required for the meeting. So again, friends, no personal attacks. In other words, stick to the agenda. So here it says from Gen Z, wait, okay, from Jessamine, know when to park items for future discussion. Yes, that definitely helps. From Bricks, ask permission if you want to talk during the meeting or wait for the Q&A part. Yes, mute mic when not in use. From Erlimson, proper decorum. Yes. Listening to the presentation, taking notes. Yes. Friends, would you believe? Yes, it's modern times. We all have digital gadgets, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Nothing beats old-fashioned, believe me. I have here like a notebook. Okay, nothing beats old-fashioned notebook and pen when you need to take down notes. Yes. Any other tips here? Proper posture, yes. Nobody wants to actually see someone who's being zapped out of energy, right? As if you look starved, or you look as if you actually forgot to eat for a day. So we don't want that. Friends, it will help to also dress one category more formal than our client, especially if we belong to an industry wherein impression management is actually the key, right? And when it comes to what we call, okay, what about this next one, friends? Can you actually identify what type of etiquette this is? Some of you may actually say this is actually a continuity, right? When it's a meeting etiquette, it could actually be a hybrid. So will this ever replace in person for good? I don't think so, but for sure, it's here to stay for a very long time. So how has the landscape changed, friends, ever since we went through COVID and now post-pandemic and going into the new year for sure, right? So there is a time for everything. Friends, what is this next type of etiquette? Yes, Bricks mentioned virtual meeting. Yes, from the one earlier. And by the way, I forgot to mention, okay, I'm just being reminded, before, okay, if we have to leave before a meeting, wait for an appropriate presentation or discussion pause before we exit. We don't just quietly like step out like a ghost, so we don't want that. So in other words, we don't want any distractions. Friends, okay, wonderful. Telephone etiquette. Some people call it techno etiquette even, all right? Answer all incoming calls before. How many rings are we supposed to answer the call, friends? So your answer here would be a number. Can you make a guess? What do you know? Great job, everyone. You've aced it. Head on point. Yes, answer all incoming phone calls before the end of the third ring. Hindi isa, hindi dalawa. Third ring, right? Or as required by the company policy. Speak slowly and clearly so that the caller can actually understand us easily. Yes, cheers to all of you who answered 3, 3, and 3. When transferring calls, we need to ask. We cannot just automatically transfer and left the person surprised, okay? Always tell the caller to whom they are being transferred to. Speaker phones should only be used when we need more than one person to be in the conversation end. So friends, we have to be reminded of all of this, right? So apart from that, when making a business call, we need to be able to identify ourselves, friends, as well as our business. You may already have the standard greeting, okay? When you pick up the phone from your respective departments or companies, you need to state the purpose of the call and stay on track. So again, it's very important to actually have an agenda. So I know you may have things in mind that you would like to share, but before we go to that, yes, from Hasmin here, what about yung company na tumatawag pa rin kahit, sorry Kate, I missed out on the last phrase of that. Yes, so what was the question? Okay, so we will answer.
The question is, what about yung company tumatawag pa rin kahit hindi office hours?
Okay. Yes. Well, typically, friends, we are not obliged to answer a phone call when it's already beyond office hours. But then again, we have to take the context here, right? Which means that is the person calling you actually a valued client, someone you already have previous interaction with and maybe just following up? Because if the person has gotten used to maybe reaching you, you know, like some minutes beyond off hours, maybe you can give a little bit of consideration once again, depending on the relationship that was built already in the business, okay, or during the course of the business. So I hope that actually helps. Friends, what about this next one? Okay, pagpatuloy natin. What type of etiquette is this? When you actually see this on screen, friends, what is this? Jenaline mentioned always greet with respect. Yes. Great job. Social media etiquette, right? So email, social media etiquette, yes. Business emails should be written with the same formality as a business letter. Salutations are very important, okay? Dear Mr., dear Miss, okay? Hello, greetings. We have to be polite. Friends, do not ever, okay? Let us not ever leave the subject box blank, because blank subject lines most often than not end up in the spam or not read, if at all, okay? Email signature. Use a separate email ad, both for your own personal use and also a business email address for work. So at least 2 email ads for each one of us, rather. So avoid oversharing personal information when we are posting anything on social media, because we risk identity theft or being targeted, okay, by scammers, etc. Again, friends, social media etiquette, okay, it refers to guidelines that companies and individuals use to preserve. What do we preserve when we follow social media etiquette, friends? It's our online reputation at stake. Okay, so that's very important as well. Okay, so at this point in time, friends, allow me to click a little bit more. This is our learning outcome number 3. We are nearing our short break in a while. So we appreciate you for doing this with us. And here, LO number 3 says, understand the importance of cultural awareness and inclusiveness, plus learning how to navigate diverse work environments with respect and with sensitivity. What does that mean, friends? Okay, this is a short recording that we made for International a few months ago, and we are pleased to actually share this. So friends, this is a very short one, so let's please give our attention and watch this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Patrick Chun, and with me today is Carolina Tan, our in-house soft skill expert. What we're going to be talking about today is what happened when there are artificial intelligence, the so-called AI, the robots, the driverless cars that a lot of experts are saying that is coming our way in the next 3, 5, 10 years. And a lot of people are going to be unemployed. Not only are the labor jobs like waiter, waitress, and truck drivers and so on, but even high-end professionals like accountants, lawyers, and so on, and even doctors like radiologists will be replaced by an app. So what are you going to do? So what kind of skills would you need in the very near future? So we have Carolina, and she's going to talk about what are some of the highly transferable, highly having a long shelf life kind of a skill set that you should have. Okay, Carolina.
Thank you. Hi, Patrick, and hello to our ET followers out there. Today's topic is very interesting. It's all about developing high-value skills that won't get automated. Yes, AI may be here and is good to stay for who knows so many years, but certainly there are two things that AI has not mastered yet as of the moment. Number one is emotion. Looking into context, let's say with a doctor, for instance, having to explain to family members the situation of a particular patient with a high emotional content to it. Or let's say a bartender, like engaging his regular patrons. This is something that AI cannot do. And number two, that's what we call context. Humans can easily take context in particularly interesting things and into account when making decisions or having interactions with others. Context can be a bit challenging because it is actually open-minded. So here it actually brings us to the value of soft skills. And what are soft skills? These are personal attributes that influence how you and I, work well and interact with others. These skills, make it easier for us to form relationships with people and how we create trust and dependability. So these are things that may be very challenging to automate. So to sum it up, robots definitely may be here, but humans, we are actually irreplaceable, and the value we contribute makes us highly indispensable regardless of the field where we are at.
So I guess it all boils down to having a knowledge of human being, of humanity. That would be something that in any job it will be of high value for sure.
Yes, definitely. But sometimes there's a bit of a trick or a challenge here. Let's say for new graduates from the universities, between what they know and what employers actually expect. So how do you actually fuse the two? So that can be actually very tricky. But imagine, the benefits that it can give to us, human beings. Number one, or the foremost that we can think of today, it improves our, critical skills. It improves our critical skills and also our problem-solving abilities. So the mere fact that we are able to recognize these actions means that we are still very much human, and that we are willing, you and I are willing to take responsibility instead of just putting the blame on others.
Okay, that's very good. I think we definitely we can. One thing I've heard from human resource managers in many companies is that a lot of university students are overestimating how good they are in dealing with people. I guess we all have the tendency to think that we're pretty good already, but we don't know what we don't know, and it takes a long time to cultivate good soft skills. So unless we pay attention, we may miss that. And yeah.
Indeed. So inspirational insights, what can we leave our viewers today? Well, foremost, you and I are reminded to cultivate our high income skills. Let me give an example. I also work in the real estate profession, and looking at salespeople overall, we are usually commission-based, although some are employed in-house. But imagine having to meet clients face-to-face to actually bring them around showrooms and various estates or townships. All of this involve a lot of human interaction. But most of all, it does not require a particular degree. So whether one has finished highly, whether you have a bachelor's degree, master's degree, it does not matter. As long as you're able to relate best and well with people, that's what counts.
Well, I guess having a little bit of patience really pay off. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you very much, Caroline.
Okay, friends. So sharing the next slide here. Thank you for that. So understanding cultural sensitivity at the workplace, right? So you may actually want to take a screenshot of this as a quick reminder for all of us. And when we talk of cultural sensitivity at the workplace, we have to be reminded of the various personalities as well, friends. And not just that, people actually come from various industries, different beginnings, unique stories, all their own. So definitely we take all of this into account. So friends, before we take a break and before I bring you over to Kate, can we do a quick trivia here? Okay, pick only one answer below, key that in the chat, and Kate will be the one to let us know if there's a prize in store for all of you friends. 3 questions, all right? So first question here, look at the screen, eyes on the screen, everyone. Which shoe style would be most appropriate for women to wear in a conservative business environment during the summer and in the tropics? What is your answer? Is it letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? So what is the answer, friends? Different answers, yes. The correct answer here, friends, is letter B. Black pumps with a thin sole and 3-inch heel. Regardless of what environment you are at, whether you are at fall season or tropics, if it's a business, okay, conservative business environment, this is what we wear. Thank you. Second question, friends. Okay. When dining, the most important guest is seated where? Is it A, B, C, or D? So what is the answer, everyone? Okay, answer. Yes. Great job, everyone. Okay, the answer is the most important guest is seated to the right of the host. So that's letter B. Final question, okay, for now, friends, before we go on a break. At a networking event, okay, when we are attending such, as a general guideline, how much time, okay, should you and I spend talking with the same person? Is it letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? Any answer, friends? Okay, what is the right answer there? Okay, friends, okay, we see different answers. And what is the correct answer here? No more than 10 minutes. And with that being said, friends, we can take a break. Back to you, dear Kate.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Carol. So we'll see you after our break. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Now we are on our break. I mentioned a while ago that something exciting is about to happen during this break time, okay? So the quiz, the trivia that Miss Carol showed you, the prize that we can give you is your certificate. Just kidding, because everyone will be receiving that. But this activity that we're about to have will really have a prize, okay? So this is what you have to do. You have to scan the QR code that you are seeing because you need to be a part of the Viber community for you to be able to join, okay? So get your gadgets now and make sure you're scanning this QR code so you can be a part of the Viber community. Once you're in, look for our Viber community admin, RV Ariva, because that is where you will be sending your answers later. And we're looking for 2 winners for this game. Each winner will be receiving 200 pesos and we will be sending it straight to their GCash account. So very easy. Now, I hope everyone is part of the Viber community already because we are going to show you the title of the game. And yes, it is called Guess the Movie, and this is how the game goes. You will be seeing short clips or short trailers of some movies, and this is what you have to do. You have to give us the complete and correct title of that movie. And as I've mentioned, you have to send it to RV Ariva, our Viber community admin. So very easy. That's just what you have to do. And instantly, if you're the first one to get it right, 200 pesos. Now, for all of us to be on the same page, let's do a trial run. Even if this clip won't give you a prize yet, I want you to start guessing the title of this movie.
I'm Santa Claus.
No, you're not.
Why, of course I am.
Well, if you're Santa, what song did I sing for you on your birthday this year?
Happy birthday, of course. He's kidding.
You stink.
I think you're gonna have a good Christmas, all
You
right?
smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa.
There you go. I am still seeing answers being sent via the chat box. Please send it to Viber Community Admin RV Ariva. Everything else that will not be sent through RV Ariva, we will be disregarding it. So sayang lang ang pagtatype nyo. Walang chance na mananalo if it's not in Viber. Okay? Let me check the answers. Home Alone 2, The Grinch, The Elf, Home Alone, first movie. Other answers, checking. The Grinch, Santa Claus. So those are the guesses that you gave. Let's see, what is the title of that movie? And it is just Elf. The title is Elf. Okay, so some of you got it right, but merong iba sumobra, merong the. So we are looking for the exact title. There should be no extra words. There should be no missing words, and even the spelling should be correct. Okay, so everyone, this next clip will give you 200 pesos. Let's watch it.
Now, Matanda, now get ready for the boom! Of course they are. That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's always been about. Perhaps. Means a little bit more.
And here are your guesses. Let us see. The chat box is moving too fast. Let me try to go back. The Grinch. The Grinch. We have the Grish. Checking whether the Dr. Seuss, The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So those are the answers, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Okay. Let us see. What is the title of that movie? And yes, it is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I was able to read, some of you got it right. But the first one who was able to type it correctly, we have Faye Verkasi. Congratulations, Faye. Faye, you are our first winner. This is what you have to do, Faye. Send your GCash account number and GCash account name to RV Ariva as well. And then we'll be waiting for that so that we can send you your prize in a little while. Okay, congratulations. Faye, because you've won already, you will not be able to join the game anymore. So you can give chance to your other co-participants. Okay. To those who are saying that they can type in Viber, I mentioned that you really have to look for the Viber Community Admin RV Ariva, and that is where you will be sending your answers. Okay. Now, let's watch this next clip.
Kathleen, Bobby, Susie. Yeah, Susie's been nice. Nice, naughty. Nice. There are hardly any naughty children this year. Now, who could that be?
You don't look like yourself, Jack. Not at all.
Isn't that wonderful? It couldn't be more wonderful.
But you're the Pumpkin King.
Sandy Claus. In person. What a pleasure to meet you. What? Why, you have hands. You don't have claws at all.
Okay. So let me check the answers that you gave. A Nightmare Before Christmas. Santa is Coming. The Nightmare. Santa Claus, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Some even typed, I don't know the movie. That's all right. The Christmas. There is also Santa. Let us see what is the title of that movie. And it is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So a lot of you got it correct. The first one was able to type it. We have Isa. Isa, congratulations. You are our last winner this afternoon. So Isa, just like Faye, please send your GCash account name and GCash account number to us here in Viber, RV Ariva as well. Congratulations to our two winners. So I'll move on with my other announcements. First, stay on top of our insights and updates. Stay connected with Ariva Academy. You can join our Facebook group. You can also like our Facebook page. You can follow us in LinkedIn. And also, you can visit our website, ariva.com.ph. And again, I am still seeing a lot of answers that's being sent not through Viber, but through the other channels. If you haven't joined the Viber community, scan the QR code right now so you can be a part of the future activities that we will be having that is through Viber. If ever you've missed the free live webinars that we started having last 2020, it was in the middle of the pandemic, you just can subscribe to our YouTube channels, Ariva Academy and Ariva Talks. And as I've mentioned, in the middle of the pandemic, we started having the free live webinars, and we'd like to continue doing it. So for those of you who would like to share their blessings to us so that we can continue our mission, you can scan the QR code and send it via GCash, or if you are in Facebook, you can send stars to us as well. Thank you so much. Now, just in case you're interested in inviting a speaker to conduct an in-house program exclusive for your whole company or even your team, we can help you out with that. Send us an email, give us a call, and we'll help you partner with the right speaker under Ariva Academy Speakers Bureau for that. Let me also invite you to some of our upcoming learning events. We have next week, December 10, Empowering New Managers, Essential Skills for Success in Leadership. Labor and Employment Laws 101 on December 11. On December 12, a mini MBA in Supply Chain Management. And on December 13, Demystify Payroll Law and Fringe Benefits Tax Strategies. Now, we are starting January with a free live webinar, Boost Workplace Morale. Another one will be on January 14, 25 Powerful Habits for Unstoppable Success. And then on January 21, we have two topics, how to protect your network and lessening data privacy and cybersecurity risks. And also ethics, privacy, and employee and clients' data management. And then reducing operating expenses and cost-effective operations will be discussed on January 22. Creating powerful presentations, that is our topic on January 23. Now, I would like to say thank you to our friends from 𝐿 Corporation for being our major sponsor and also for sending us Daily Fix. If ever you get to join our hybrid learning events, you get to try out Daily Fix for free. Again, 𝐿 Corporation and Daily Fix, thank you so much. Now I will be giving the floor back to our speaker so that we can continue with our discussion. Hi, Ms. Carol. We are ready to listen to you again.
Thank you so much. Hi, Kate. And congratulations to all the winners, by the way. We appreciate you, friends, for your patience, for the time you have been giving to all of us. Thank you. And of course, cheers, Ariva. Okay, so there's so many upcoming webinars, whether in person or hybrid, that many of you can check out. Okay, friends, I know you're ready to continue on. So allow me to share our screen once again, and we are now covering learning outcome number 4 right after our short break. All right, so friends, right now we are here to cover the next learning outcome. So this is learning outcome number 4, friends. Okay, so learning outcome number 4 has to do with learning to demonstrate ethical behavior, integrity, and accountability in all our professional interactions and responsibilities. So what does this mean, friends? Okay, how do we go about this? By the way, friends, okay, some practical tips when it comes to that particular learning outcome. Do you know that you and I, we can be reminded to address conflicts in an honest, in a respectful way. Because, as human beings, who has not experienced setbacks? All of us have, right? For sure. Maybe some of us even big time. But definitely what can happen after a setback is we bounce back, friends. Like a ball, right? We can bounce back. We can sharpen our leadership skills. And friends, right now, look at this. We see the big word excellence, by the way, excellence. Okay, may I actually ask all of us here, okay, joining us today, what is your personal definition of the word excellence, friends? What is it? What for you is excellence? Because remember, going back to our title, it says here from etiquette to excellence. Now that we have given earlier, we have given like a tips on the various different types of etiquette. We now head, okay, towards the big word, once again, which is the word excellence, doing your best from Janea, okay? So anything else, friends? Excellence, okay? Personal definition, forever learning, okay? So giving your best shot, ability to influence other people more than what is expected. Friends simply said it's going above and beyond, right? Trying to assess and create a shorter definition for all of us. Mastery, okay? One of you here from okay, and then Marian also here said open-mindedness. From Daryl, outstanding. All right. So any other answers? Okay, the very best. Okay, one of you said that with the word, with the article included the very best, right? So when we say excellence, quality of being outstanding, okay, to our very best, okay? Yes, above and beyond, extremely good, right? So now the question is how, okay? The definition could be simpler, but in reality, the how could be trickier, right? So to be able to demonstrate excellence many times, friends, we need to be accountable also, right? Meaning owning up to it. When we are wrong, we apologize, right? We take ownership. Yes, for the many tasks, the responsibilities, the results, whether we made it right, whether we are trying to get it good this time, or whether we made a big mistake. So we need to own up to it. One of you even said, okay, top notch, yes. Perseverance in the presence of obstacles from Rowena, yes. Success with your goals. Indeed, greatness from Mark Joseph. Yes, one word that actually speaks it all, that says it, right? Being a positive role model that others will be inspired to follow. Perhaps easier said than done, right? But friends, one thing that I have been realizing through the years, as we all move through the different life stages, is that we can definitely excel in our own right, in our own respective fields, because the world is too huge to be dominated by only a handful or a few. So friends, moving forth, okay, according to Aristotle here, it's a quote, right? Excellence is never an accident. It's always the result of what? High intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines our destiny. Friends, interesting. And so much more definitely in store. Another aha moment, friends. Okay, so moving forth to this last aha moment, at least for this time being, what are the top 3? Not 1, not 2, but 3. What are the top 3 things you love about yourself? Okay, key that in. We're looking at it, friends. It may or may not be work-related, friends. What are the top 3 things you appreciate about yourself? Come on, this time around, it's all about you, friends. It's not about work, it's all about you. So may we see some answers here? Top 3 things you love about yourself. From Sharon here mentioned being patient, hardworking, okay? From Arnel, honest, kind, okay? Resilient. Renalyn, the answers are just coming too fast. I couldn't read all of it, but we see it. We acknowledge you and cheers. One of you even mentioned Poggy. Wow, that's an added plus, right? Brain, positivity, resilience, good listener, patient, genuine, hardworking, goal-oriented, efficient, sincere, honest, hardworking. Wow. These are all like excellent qualities indeed, right? Empathy, trustworthy, competitiveness from Adriana, hardworking, loyal, dedicated to work. Many answers, understanding, inspiring, strong, God-fearing. Amen. Okay. We appreciate you that you included that, Mark. Indeed. Okay. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Indeed. Emily, decisive. Yes, keep the answers coming. Keeping the faith, trustworthiness, and being organized. Yes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If we are not able to read all of those, you know who you are, and we cheer you for that. Moving forth, friends, do you know? Very important, because we cannot wrap up this day without this. Okay, to give justice to what Ariva is giving us for the love, for the trust, okay, and for the support from all our patrons. Friends, from etiquette to excellence, let me remind all of us and leave us with these 3 keys. What are these 3 keys, friends? It now brings us to our last learning outcome, number 5. We want to be able to develop adaptability skills to thrive in various settings. Friends, the key word here is not just to survive, it's to thrive in various work settings, whether it's a traditional work environment, remote, or hybrid. So friends, let's take a moment here and cheers to the late Steve Jobs. This is what he has to say, right? Our work is going to fill the large part of our life, indeed. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what we believe is great work. Therefore, the only way to do great work, friends, is to love what we do and embrace it with all our heart, mind, body, and soul. Okay? So we added into that. So friends, what are the 3 keys? Beginning with the first one. The word is retool. What is retooling, friends? If we need to equip ourselves again and make changes to be relevant, okay, to our present work responsibilities and what is expected of us, what is our answer to that? Absolute yes. We should be open-minded to be able to do that. Nobody really comes fully equipped for any new job. For old-timers, there's always a time to refresh, upgrade, to acquire greater skills. Retooling is not just about improving our capacities, friends. It's also about orienting us, you and I, to new directions of the enterprise. Therefore, retooling is a continuous process. So shout out to the many companies represented here today. For sure, this is something you may want to consider for your human resources in the various departments, okay, across the different segments for 2025. If the first key is to actually retool, what is the second key, friends? The second tool has to do with upskill, okay? What is now upskilling? When you and I are keeping an open mind and we are willing to be taught additional skills, this is an opportunity for all of us to expand, okay, our current limits, right? Our current capacities. To upskill in the workplace involves training programs that are customized, right? That are customized for the industry and development opportunities to expand any employees or staff's ability to minimize whatever skill gaps there are. Because many times, friends, and this I am hearing again and again, even from example, group of Gen Zers, they would say, you know, this is what the job ad says, but now that I'm actually on board and now that I already have the job, my work is totally different. When there is no clear definition, then there's a big gap. So upskilling focuses on improving current skill sets so that we can advance, okay, in our jobs to be efficient, to be the right role models, and to also be a positive contributor to any company. If number 1 is retooling, number 2 is reskilling, the third one is, my question to you, friends, have you got proof to show? Once again, cheers, and this is brought to us by the International Soft Skills Standards and Testing. Whenever the word international is there, it means it's global. It's a global soft skills standard certification, friends. Okay, standards such as this, okay, actual certificates and points earned, WCI, okay, World Civility Index, earned by actual participants. These are actual examples from the Philippines, by the way. And when this happens to any company, your company not only gets bragging right, but it's actually proof to show that yes, indeed, we have taken the time, the initiative to be well equipped, and we have the credentials to show. Friends, applicable to online, okay, in person. And when you and your various teams and departments have the proof to show, it actually sells a lot. It actually says a lot to a company's bottom line, to your stakeholders, to your ESG, okay, and so much more. Because after all, we are not only responsible for a few, we are responsible to society and the country in general. So friends, according to ET, we want to be able to stand out. So we get hired. Yes, now that you are hired, what do we do next? Fit in. So we get to keep the job. In other words, show, not tell. Because after all, hard skills are a measurement of accuracy. Soft skills are a measurement of awareness, empathy, okay, cultural skills, okay, so interpersonal relations, and okay, and so much more. Resilience. Friends, our hard skills are already being replaced by a robot. Not someday, even today, right? The only way to beat it is to have the soft skills. So friends, for our Q&A, allow me to turn you over back to Kate. And once again, friends, it's not the I cannot do it attitude, but rather the I can do it, right? Because even the Bible, once again, we give credit to the Lord for this. Proverbs 16 verse 3, it says here, commit to the Lord whatever we do, and He will establish our plans. Friends, we have the skill set, but we cannot claim to be the very best because someone will always be brighter, bigger, better, unless the Lord directs our paths, friends. So with that being said, once again, from etiquette to excellence, professionalism essentials for the modern workplace. I hope we were able to enlighten you. It has been my privilege to do this for all of you. Maraming salamat po, and I turn you over back to Kate.
Thank you so much, Ms. Carol. So now we are opening the floor for questions. For those of you who would like to ask a question, type them in the chat box right now, and I'll be reading them. I already have a few questions here that was sent. Ms. Carol, let me read them.
Yes, please.
Okay. This one is from a student. For recent graduates, what are the most important professional behaviors or skills that we should focus on developing early in our careers?
Yes, for new grads and those entering the workforce today, more than ever, it's not hard. Yes, hard skills are very important. Yes, you may have the diplomas to show, but what will make you stand out and really get hired, fit in, and to shine? Remember, the key word here is to stand out and shine in your respective fields is your people skills, right? How resilient are we? In Filipino, we have such a thing as pakikisama, right? Are we even a good team player? Pag tayo ay napagalitan ng boss, napagsabihan, do we take it to heart? Do we quit the next day? Or are we here to stay for the long haul? Friends, many of these skill sets, we learn it while on the job and as we live through the school called life. Kate, you are on mute, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the next question from Marian. How do you properly deal with a coworker who takes everything personally?
Yes, that can be, yes, we do have coworkers and people in general who actually have more or less a cotton candy heart, that's what we say, right? People who takes things personally, people who takes things to heart. Friends, let's be objective. When we say it out of kindness and love, it will always end up being so much better. For this particular question, I am reminded actually of an actual example. Have you heard of what you call the sandwich approach? A sandwich, right? Meaning it has bread on top and bread underneath. The meat is in the middle. So if we are going to say something or be critical, we can start with saying something such as, I appreciate you for being the kind-hearted person and helpful individual that you are. However, I can see that in our in our day-to-day dealings, many times you actually take matters to heart, even if I don't mean to be offensive in that way. So with that being said, may I actually suggest that we get to know each other better, maybe have some coffee time, and I trust you, and that I know that you will actually do well in this work. So I think saying something like that, no, parang palaman. You actually say the good thing, and then the comment in the middle. So I hope that actually makes sense.
Thank you. Another question. This one. How do I control my temper if I have anger issues and is easily triggered in the workplace, therefore losing professionalism? Can you provide helpful tips?
Yes. You know, in one of our IITTI uploaded videos, we actually talked about that, right? When anger management is actually an issue. You know, many times, a simple tip that I can share and remind all of us. When I say all of us, that includes me as well, right? So it's never cool to actually blow off steam. But you know, one thing that we can be reminded of is that when the temperature gets high and still rising, friends, what can we do is be reminded of the word pause. P-A-U-S-E, pause. So how do we apply this pause? Maybe pause for you would literally mean, please excuse me, I need a little time off. So if you need to distance yourself from the situation, do that. Pause for some people could mean taking a cup of coffee. Pause for some people could mean staring at the greenery outside. So again, taking that pause, focusing on our breathing may actually do a lot of good, because that means we are able to be in the right mindset once we are back in that situation. So it is a way to de-escalate any situation.
Okay. This next question, actually, there's a lot of them who sent very similar questions, but I'll be reading the question from Reina Lynn. How to successfully stay focused at work when you're personally struggling outside the office?
Yes, that is Reina Lynn. We acknowledge you, and cheers to all of you who've asked all these questions, because indeed very relevant and timely today more than ever. You know, for us to actually stay focused, many times it's not just an issue of the mind, because many times it's an issue of the heart and an issue of the spirit. What do I mean? How do you even start your day? Practical tips. I am being reminded as a Christian work in progress, which I know many of us are, we can start our day with a daily Devo, right? Whether you like to listen to it from your audio version or watch something or be reading something. I believe when our heart is right with the Lord and aligned, everything else will actually flow much smoothly. So that for me personally is the most crucial tip that I can share when it comes to keeping our focus. Because when we give God our best time, we can be assured that He will be with us throughout the day, because He deserves more than getting leftovers.
Thank you. Amen to that, Ms. Carol. Next question. How do you teach professional grooming to executives who don't look professional when they come to work every day?
Yes.
So this one's talking about her executives.
Yes. You know, like at ET, we have a program called IITTI Business Level 1, which I'm sure Ariva Academy will be happy to roll out this 2025 and so on. So when we talk of like a business level 1, and when we talk of grooming and the right image, and how we can actually manage this for executives. Executives are actually on the higher tier in any company, right? They could be mid-management up in the C-suites. So really, when we do this, we have to do this both from a technical and a practical way. So technical way means what is actually the global standard, and not what we want to apply in the Philippines. Because imagine if you are part of a multinational company and you have representations not only here, but also across the region and many parts of the world, we also have to level up that particular standard. So many things can actually be covered with that. But basic things, basic things that we can be reminded of for every day. Hygiene and grooming, which means that are we updated when it comes to like hairstyle? How do we actually present ourselves? Are we actually wearing the right apparel or clothes that would actually send the right message across? Like many things for ladies, for example, like even like fingernails, right? It does not mean that we need to have colored nails all the time. But just in case it is, and you are, just make sure that it's not chipped off. Many things matter. What about your shoes? Like, for the men, are you even like checking and looking before leaving the house? And there is so much more. There is so much more. We can actually discuss this like for a whole day. What are the different levels of business dress, depending on the industry where you are at? What kind of impression or image would you like to project? And are you actually doing that right with your current apparel? So we will be more than happy to actually discuss that full length.
Thank you. Yes. By the way, before I continue, we're down to our last two questions. But before I continue, we'll be posting the link for the feedback form here in the chat box. So please click the link and then fill out the form and then submit it back to us. That way, you will be sure to receive your e-certificate. Okay? So let me read this first. This is our second to the last question. This is from our participant. The company existed for 25 years already, and it's a family business. Thus, what can we expect on the culture? I've been here for 4 years, but having a hard time to change the culture of unprofessionalism in employees. They are like kids that when the boss is not around, they roam around doing kwentuhan, issues here and there and everywhere. Issues parang relay game. Initially, I wanted to do a monthly mass. How do I address this?
Yes. Many of us are actually in that situation, and needless to say, many times it's not for us to change, it's for us to raise and set an example. Meaning, if that has been the culture, it would take an arm and a leg and so much more to totally change it. But it will not hurt to actually raise out matters and, of course, offer solutions. And, of course, as an employee of that company, the best example we can give is to actually be your best version of self. Meaning, being on time, being a professional yourself, even if others seem to be playing and messing around, we still continue to excel and do our best. Shining by example, I think speaks so much louder in terms of value and in terms of what we want to achieve later on.
Thank you. And down to our last question. This is from Phil Pearson. Is it ethical for a married man or woman to have dinner with his or her office mate, but the man or woman has no malicious intent?
Okay. That is a very tricky situation, right? And quite challenging to answer. Let me just share something, perhaps to protect the hearts of people, in the interest of protecting hearts. I am reminded, at least from the point of view of D group or the church group where I'm at, technically men and women, if it's going to be a solo, like a dinner, lunch and all, ideally we may have the best intentions, right? But come on, in the eyes of people and who knows, other strangers, etc., it may not actually resonate very well. So I think the bottom line here is, if it actually raises an eyebrow, if it may actually create an issue, then by all means, it's safer to actually stay away from it. But of course, if you add a third person, meaning if it's not one-on-one, if you add a third person, that actually diffuses the situation. Same thing goes like a man and a woman, like let's say in a private vehicle, maybe no malicious intention, you just want to drop off the other. Again, tricky situation. So this is a situation wherein we also need to guard our hearts, because from the heart comes like comes out many things, right? So I hope that helps. And thank you, Kay, and of course, like Kate, and thank you everyone for your active participation today. So there you have it.
Thank you so much, Miss Carol. We really learned a lot from you. What a way. This is the last free live webinar for 2024. That's why we really appreciate having this topic and having you as our speaker. So thank you so much. That's why we'd like to present you with the certificate. Let me read this. Ariva Academy Learning Development at its finest gratefully presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Carolina D. Tan for imparting her professional expertise, valuable insight, knowledge, and wisdom as resource speaker during the conduct of online learning session entitled From Etiquette to Excellence, Professionalism Essentials for the Modern Workplace, given its 4th day of December 2024 via Zoom conference, signed by J.M. Atienzo and Irish Samson. A round of applause for our speaker, Miss Carol Tan.
Thank you so much, Kate, and thank you so much for your trust, Ariva Academy, and of course to all of you who tuned in today. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, and cheers to everyone. Here's to a productive, vibrant 2025 and advanced, blessed Merry Christmas as well. Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you so much. But before we leave the Zoom room, let's have a group photo with our speaker. So everyone, if you're able to turn on your cameras right now. And then Direct Jello, please assist us.
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Miss Kate. So good day to everyone. I'm encouraging you to open your cameras for a group photo this PM session. Come on, guys, open your hand. Okay, going once. And I think we're good. Okay, guys, for our first shot, can you show me your biggest smiles? Show me your lovely smiles, everyone. Okay, hold your smiles in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now for a second shot, how about finger hearts or hand hearts, everyone? Show us some love. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much, Direct Jello, and to our whole tech team. In behalf of everyone from Ariva Academy, I'd like to say thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. It has really been a wonderful Wednesday afternoon spent with all of you, learning from our speaker and learning from you as well because of what you've shared, what you've asked. We learned a lot from all of them. Maraming salamat, and we're looking forward to welcoming you again in our future learning events. God bless you all. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Ariva Academy would like to thank the following win-win partners. Official media partners: Zoe Broadcasting Network, Give Love, Celebrate Life, A to Z, Kumpleto Tayo, Light TV, God's Channel of Blessings, Light TV Radio, DZJV, Business Mirror, a broader look at today's business, Manila Standard, defining the news, Digital Media Partners, Globaltronics, leading digital innovation, City Advertising Ventures Corporation, we move your brand, Outcome, Elevate Media. Ariva Academy would also like to thank the following companies. Craving something real? We serve it. Burger King. Top Healthy Chicharron, the healthiest chicharron on the planet. Yummiest cashew nuts. Lotus Biscoff. Daily Fix, Fly Ace Corporation, Purple Rockstar, be on top, stay on top. Sun Life, helping clients achieve lifetime financial security and live healthier lives. Mighty Tech Advertising and Merchandising, 𝐿ehardine Printing Services, Creative Voices, Certified Voice Artist Program, Queen Bee Waxing Salon, where smooth skin begins. Nails.Glow, your self-care partner. Samaras Farm and Resort,